Imagine this, the streets of New York are alive with chaos, car alarms blare, civilians scatter, and in the middle of the mayhem stands a figure whose silhouette is as menacing as it is unmistakable. Four massive, metallic tentacles whipping and crashing into buildings, each strike echoing like a thunderclap. Dr. Otto Octavius, genius, madman, the self-proclaimed superior intellect of the Marvel Universe. But swinging into frame, with quick reflexes and the weight of responsibility on his shoulders, comes the one man who refuses to back down. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This isn't just another supervillain showdown. This is a clash of willpower versus arrogance, heart versus hubris, brains versus even more brains but twisted and dangerous. Today we're breaking down what would really happen if Spider-Man fought Doctor Octopus. Origins and motivation. To understand this battle, we first need to understand the men behind the masks, or in Otto's case, behind the metal arms. Otto Octavius was once a brilliant scientist, a pioneer in nuclear physics. His pride, however, rivaled his genius. During an accident in the lab, the very mechanical arms he designed fused with his nervous system. It granted him incredible strength and control over the tentacles but also fractured his mind. He became Doctor Octopus, consumed by the belief that his intellect placed him above all others. Peter Parker's story couldn't be more different. A shy, awkward teenager bitten by a radioactive spider, he gained powers that could have made him selfish, but the death of Uncle Ben taught him the lesson he'd carry forever. With great power comes great responsibility, and that's the core of this fight. One man fights for himself, the other fights for everyone else. Physical breakdown. Let's compare the raw abilities. Dr. Octopus. Each tentacle is made of titanium steel alloy, able to lift up to 8 tons each. That's 32 tons total, all controlled simultaneously with incredible precision. They move fast enough to intercept bullets. Otto doesn't even need to move his body. The arms are his offense, defense, and mobility all in one. The arms can extend over 20 feet, giving him battlefield dominance and long-range striking power. Spider-Man. Peter has the proportional strength of a spider. He can lift cars, tear steel apart, and go toe-to-toe with powerhouses. But his real edge? Speed and agility. His reflexes are superhuman, and his spider sense warns him of danger before it happens. While Otto relies on 4 arms, Peter's entire body is a weapon. Acrobatics, wall crawling, and webbing give him creativity that Otto simply doesn't have. So who wins the physical game? In terms of raw strength, Doc Ock's arms outclass Spider-Man. But Spider-Man is far faster, and speed in combat is often deadlier than power. The mental battle. But Spider-Man versus Doctor Octopus is never just about fists and webs. It's a chess match. Otto's genius. He's a master strategist, a scientist who can manipulate environments, hack systems, and create weapons on the fly. He has no problem using civilians as bait, which forces Spider-Man to split his focus. Peter's brilliance. Never underestimate Peter Parker's mind. He's one of Marvel's brightest inventors. Web shooters, tracers, gadgets he thinks while fighting. Unlike Otto, Peter adapts emotionally and strategically mid-battle. And here's the twist, Dr. Octopus's arrogance often becomes his downfall. He underestimates Spider-Man, dismissing him as a child-playing hero. That hubris blinds Otto to Peter's creativity. The fight begins. The battle starts in downtown New York. Otto's tentacles slam into taxis, lift up chunks of concrete, and fling them like missiles. Spider-Man dodges and flips, webs shooting in every direction. Round 1, brute force. Spider-Man tries sticking Otto's arms to walls with webs, but the raw power of the tentacles tears through like paper. Otto corners Spider-Man, pinning him against a building. One arm coils around Peter's chest, tightening like a python. The crowd gasps, and could this be it? Round 2, counterattack. Peter's spider sense saves him. He webs Otto's goggles, blinding him temporarily, and launches himself upward. He uses his speed to strike from multiple angles, delivering rapid-fire kicks and punches. But every time he lands a hit, another tentacle smashes him back. Otto's arms give him near 360-degree coverage. Round 3, the turning point. Otto grabs a bus full of civilians. He dangles it off a bridge, forcing Spider-Man into an impossible choice. Save the people or stop him. Peter chooses the people, of course he does. As he webs the bus to safety, Otto laughs. "You're predictable, Parker." But that's where Otto underestimates him. Peter uses his webs not just to save the bus but to create a trap. While Otto is distracted, Peter rigs multiple web lines into a pulley system, slingshotting himself at full speed. He smashes into Otto, disabling his harness and shorting out the neural link. The aftermath. Dr. Octopus collapses, his tentacles twitching uselessly. He screams in rage, calling Spider-Man a naive fool who wastes his brilliance protecting those unworthy of his genius. But Peter stands tall, battered and bruised. He tells Otto what separates them. It's not about being the smartest or the strongest. It's about never giving up on people even when it's hard. And that's the heart of this fight. Otto fights for ego. Peter fights for everyone else. alternate scenarios, but what if things were different? If Otto hacked Peter's web shooters mid-fight, Spider-Man would be forced into hand-to-hand combat only. The odds tilt heavily toward Otto. If Spider-Man wore the Iron Spider suit with its own mechanical arms, the battle becomes more even. Tech versus tech, intellect versus intellect. If Otto had time to prepare a battlefield designed to counter Spider-Man's agility, things could get very ugly very fast. At the end of the day, Spider-Man vs. Doctor Octopus isn't just a superhero brawl. It's a clash of philosophies. Otto believes intellect grants superiority. Peter believes responsibility grants true strength. And time and again, despite the odds, Spider-Man proves that heart beats hubris. That's why, in almost every version of this fight, Spider-Man comes out on top. Because villains fight for themselves. But heroes? Heroes fight for everyone.